So in part 1, we discussed more about project phases and all the project activities which we do in the project phase to complete a project phase. Those activities are categorized into 5 process groups basically. First was initiation, second is planning, third is execution, fourth is monitor and control, and fifth is closeout. So now let's see what this project process group actually means in detail. So first we will do with initiation. So what is initiation process group? Initiation means to start. So all the project activities which helps to start the project, okay, to initiate the project comes under initiation process group. Okay. So next one is planning process group. So planning process group is all the project activities which helps us to plan. So whatever activities which you do in a project phase which helps you in planning, okay, that is known as, that comes under planning process group. The next one is execution. So execution means to do the work. Your team is executing. So all the project activities which helps to execute the project, okay, that helps to execute a particular phase, those activities are placed under execution process group. Then comes monitor and control. So it is an amalgam of two terms, that is monitor and control. So monitor means to keep a track, okay, to keep checking how is your team is doing. Are they on track or not? And control is if they are not on track, if they are not on the plan, if they are not doing what you have given them, there is, if you find any deviation, so in that case, you will take a action. You will take a control action to bring your team back on track. This is known as monitor and control. That is why we say that in monitor and control, we basically compare plan versus execution. Like suppose if you have given your team 10 tasks to do per day, and day 2 you find, or day 1 you find, let's say take day 1. Day 1 at the end of the day, they were able to complete only 8 tasks. So there is a gap of 2 tasks. So now you have to take a action. You have to talk to your team and do a brainstorming why they are missing the target and find a solution for it. All the activities which helps in monitor and control comes under monitor and control process group. And then comes the closeout. All the project activities which helps you to close the project. Okay, once the project is over, we do certain activities in the project phase which helps to close a project phase or a full project, that is considered under closeout process group. In many books or in many websites, you can see that closeout is not considered as a process group. But since it is mentioned in the Pmbok, we will take it as a project process group. Here on the screen, you can see I have classified the project activities into different process group. So our project was, which we discussed, the project was website development project. And the phases are requirement phase. This is the first phase. Phase 2 is design and development. And phase 3 is the test phase. Now, initiation process group. So under initiation process group, what activities I have kept? I have kept project charter and identify the stakeholder, because project charter is a document which is written by the project manager at the start of the project. Project manager mentions the whole high level description of the project. So this is the starting activity. This is the starting project activity. That is why it is placed in the initiation process group. Identifying the stakeholders. Again, you have to identify your stakeholder. You have to identify who all are going to participate in the project. So next is planning process group. So in the planning process group, all the planning related activity comes, like scope plan, cost plan, schedule plan, quality plan, resource plan, communication plan, risk plan, stakeholder plan, procurement plan, all the, you can say all the plans, okay, of the project Whatever planning you are going to do, you are going to do here. And then comes the execution phase. So in the execution phase, you have market survey. You are going to do a market survey. Actually, you are going to execute what? You are going to collect the requirement. Your team is going to collect the requirement as per plan which you have given. Okay. And after collecting, they are going to document also. And then comes monitor and control process group. So in monitor and control process group, you will compare the plan versus execution. This comparison will be done here. Okay. So once this comparison is done, you will get to know that whether they are on track or not. If they are on track, we don't need to do anything. But if they are not on track, they are slightly deviated from what planning you have given, what plan you have given. So in that case, what you can do is you can take a action. What action you will take? You can sit with your team and do root cause analysis. Okay, you can find a alternate solution for the problem. So which is known as alternate analysis. Alternate analysis. So all these activities which you will do, all these monitor and control activities which you are going to do, these activities comes under monitor and control process group. And finally, once your requirement is collected for a whole website, that is home page, login page, and payment page, comes the approval of the document. And after approval, you are going to close it. So approval of the document comes under close out phase, because this helps to close the phase and move to the next phase. So let's move to the next phase. So in the next phase, that is phase 2. So in the phase two is design phase, right? So again, we are going to initiate the design phase. So we are going to do the hiring and training of the team, right? So hiring and training of the team helps to start the design phase. That is why it comes under initiation process group. Next, in planning process group, since you have done all the planning here, okay, so you don't need to plan in every phase, right? So you can, if there are changes, you can of course update the plan here, but no need to make another plan. Sometimes some projects are very big, like in construction industry, we have a project of 5 years, 10 years. There we do this kind of, like, we plan for separately for different fields. But mostly we have done the planning, we can update the plan here. So that is why in planning process group, we are writing nothing here. And I don't have any activity here. It is not mandatory to put activities everywhere, right? So I am just assuming that my plan is okay, and I'm moving to the next execution phase. So in the execution phase, now my team is going to design and develop the homepage as per the plan which you have done here, right? So after planning, you will do monitor and control. You will see that what plan you have given. Are they working on that or not? Are they doing designing as per the plan you have given? Are they maintaining the cost, maintaining the schedule? So like that, you will compare. If there is any deviation, take a action, like do a root cause analysis, sit with them, find different solution, how you can resolve this, which is known as alternate analysis. So those kind of action can be taken. So those actions like brainstorming, root cause analysis, alternate analysis, all those activities come under monitor and control process group. And finally, you will demonstrate your whatever you have made, your design and your development. You will demonstrate your website to the customer, and if the customer says yes or accept your deliverables, you are going to close the phase. And finally, you are going to move to the test phase. In order to initiate the test phase, we define the test guidelines. And then in the planning phase, as I already told you, that it is not necessary or mandatory to keep always in every phase do a separate planning. So I'm not keeping any activity here. If you need, you can update your planning if you want to change anything which you have planned regarding to the test phase. And then comes execution phase, where your team is actually going to test the user interface and backend of the website, your product. And finally, you will compare. In monitor and control, you will do comparison activities, like you will compare how they have executed and what was the plan. And if things are okay, you will deliver and integrate. Integrate means you will combine all home page, login page, and payment page and make it a full website, and you are going to deliver. So this activity helps to close the phase. So it is in the closeout process group. So this is how we categorize the activities which we do in a phase into different process groups. All right, so here we come to the conclusion of part 2. See you in part 3 of the video. Stay tuned. I'm going to talk more on project management process group. Thank you.